The CarbonLite bikes perform well up the hills. Our range test circuit features plenty of climbs around West Yorkshire's Calder Valley, from the easy to the very hard. It's the kind of territory where a mid-drive excels. Yes, a hub motor will get you up these hills, but a good mid-drive like the Star Union will do it a bit quicker and more efficiently. At moderately easy climbs like this one, the single speed was just as easy to pedal as the 3-speed, only needed to use a middling power level, and it still felt very relaxed. As well as our hilly range test course, I took both bikes up our standard hill climb, with plenty of gradients at 10%, and also up our ultra steep hill climb that features 20% plus gradients. Actually, the single speed CarbonLite fared well on most of the hills in a pretty hilly area. On our nearly 1 mile long standard hill climb, the single speed actually posted a similar time to the 3-speed, coming in at just over 3 minutes, which is about the same as a mid-range Bosch motor, and quicker than quite a few hub motor models. It was a different story up the ultra steep climb. The single speed CarbonLite made it up the side of what was once a Norman castle, but only with quite a bit of physical effort. As you can see here, the 3-speed was more capable at this kind of very challenging gradient and easier on the legs and lungs. As the steeper the climb gets, the more it pulls away from the single speed. So if you live somewhere extra hilly, then the 3-speed is the natural choice. In summary, the CarbonLite single speed busts the myth that single speed e-bikes are no good for hilly areas. Unless you live in an exceptionally hilly area, the single speed will certainly help you conquer the hills, with the caveat that you should be a slightly sporty rider, the type that enjoys standing up out of the saddle now and again when you come to a challenging gradient. If you prefer the motor to do as much of the work as possible, then the 3-speed is the more natural choice, even in moderately hilly areas. As well as on really steep climbs, I found the 3-speed came into its own when you wanted to pedal up to and beyond 20 miles an hour. The single speed reaches the limit of comfortable pedalling around 15 miles an hour, so you'll find yourself cruising down some descents rather than pedalling for extra speed, as you can see here. Both bikes achieved similar range results over several laps of our hilly range test circuit of 9.5 miles with 370 feet of climbing. I'm around 70 kilograms in weight and achieved over 30 miles for each bike, switching to the most appropriate power level so that I didn't get too out of breath on the climbs. That's impressive for such relatively small batteries. There's a percentage type battery gauge, though I noted it declined quicker once you got below 60% capacity. Power petered out after around 30 miles and cut out when powered at level 5. You might get 2 to 3 miles more if you keep it in the lower levels, handy for making it back home to recharge.